After we created our keys, I moved them to a separate folder and renamed them, meaning 2 keys for Google and 2 keys for iOS. Next, what we need to do first is install Flutter. I have Mac OS, so I just download Flutter for Mac OS as a directory. That is, we download the archive, unzip it, and get the Flutter directory. And after that, there's nothing else to do. The next step is to download Android Studio. Why Android Studio? It's needed to conveniently edit code and change logos. You can also immediately see how the application works, whether it works properly or not. It's downloaded below here for different platforms. I already have Android Studio downloaded, and this is how it initially looks. There's no emulator here. You need to install it. Basically, create a virtual device. There's nothing complicated about it. Choose the emulator that's convenient for you. I used Pixel 8034 MAPI. You can also set the ninth one. It's up to you. It's personal preference. Here it is already running. After you unpacked Flutter, go to Settings. Find Flutter. Here it is. And here you specify the directory where you unpacked Flutter. For me, it's Downloads. For me, it's Downloads, Flutter, here's the unpacked folder, and here's Flutter itself. Here's the directory from which Flutter actually runs. Also, support from EcoDart. So we specify the top directory, meaning the Flutter directory. We set it up. It immediately checks what version it is. Open the terminal to make sure Flutter is working. It works, version 332, which is the latest version on the Flutter dev site, 332.4. Next, what we need first is, here I have the Taxi app open, the main application. What we need first is to copy this key, go to the folder, Android folder, app folder, and here is Google Services. We paste it here, delete the old file, and rename this one to the same Google Services. We do the same with the driver, copy, go to the source folder for drivers. Also go to Android app and paste. Delete the old file. Rename the new file. Yours might already have the original name Google Services. You just replace it. Now we have our keys here and here. You can also change Google Service info at the same time. Copy it, go to iOS Runner. And it's called Google Service Info. Here's the old file. Paste it here. Delete the old file. Rename the new file. So info is our file. And the same for the driver. Copy, copy. Go to the root iOS folder, runner. And paste it here. Delete the old file. Rename the new file. At this stage, we're done with the keys. Our keys are valid. What do we do next? Next, there's a build app key script. This script is quite simple, and what it does first is change the application name. The application name is stored in this folder called Android label, meaning it replaces this text with the one you specify. Let me show you right away. Build build. APK. Here it asks for your app's name. Let's say we write demo, and here the name will be replaced with your name. Here. As you can see, you can do it manually or through the script. Next, it asks for the identifier. What is an identifier? If we open Build Gradle, we'll see this identifier. This is your application's unique identifier. It must be unique and not repeat like an ID. It asks for this identifier, specifically the identifier in what sense. In our case, it's demo. Why demo? Let's go back to our site demo. This is the identifier. This is the domain. This is the root. Domain root, domain, and identifier. Returning, it means demo. Press enter, and what it does is replace the identifier in the source scripts with a unique mirror identifier. This is your unique identifier, meaning here could be your company name, the one you registered. This script replaces this text with new text. Here it shows where it replaced and what it replaced, not by client. So it replaces the directory, meaning this directory exists. It adds a directory according to your identifier. The next question asks for your URL. It's quite clear here. We specify our URL. https://demo.codico. Now it asks for a key for the map. The application has its own map and needs a key from Google Maps. I won't explain in this video how to get this key. There's a special instruction that will help in obtaining this key. Let's say now in test mode, I'll enter some simple key. Next, it asks for the Stripe public key for testing. I'll enter a random number and a secret key also for Stripe, a random key. That's where the script ends its work. These keys can be found in this file. Here we have the Google API token. If you don't have the script used here, you can manually change and insert the key here, keys for Stripe. Change the base URL and also don't forget about this file. In this file, unique keys are also specified. Unique ID, message sender ID, project ID. All this can be found in Google Services. Project number, project ID, FD6E8, OS domain storage bucket. Measuremented. But this is for the web. It's not used. The main ones are here. The only question is the message sender ID. The message sender ID is not here, but it is in iOS. If we go to iOS Runner, this Google service info, here's the GCM sender ID. Here it is, 4709 this. Your unique identifier. In theory, you can already run it now. You can already run it, choose the emulator, and try to run our application on the emulator. So it started downloading dependencies, and then we'll start compiling. I'll pause for now. Here's our application launched. Make sure it sends requests specifically to demo CodiCo IO, meaning to your service. In principle, here's our application ready. We can already compile it, meaning get the APK file or app bundle for Google Play. Mark it. I don't recommend launching iOS from here. It's better to launch it through Xcode because you can publish it directly from there. So what to do next? Next, we have, for example, this logo. What to do with it? How to replace it? We can go to the Assets Images folder and Logo. Here we actually see the logo. The dark logo. Actually, here they can be replaced with your own, meaning vector icons that are used also. Text welcome, where we can edit the text according to your wishes. Let's move on. To the next stage, this is our second application, the second application taxi driver app. In it, everything is exactly the same. It also has a script that can automate everything, or if there's no script, do everything manually. Here, the unique identifier is the airport taxi driver app. Let's run the script. It asks us for the name. Let's say demo driver. Press check our label demo driver, by the way. Here we can see that the application name demo is exactly the demo specified here as the label. Next, we specify the identifier. In this case, we specify demo. It's very important we specify demo, but subsequently this script will add driver here. However, in this script, we specify demo, press enter, and as you can see, it replaces the identifier airport taxi driver app with IO CodiCo demo driver. Meaning it replaces it with this identifier. Next, it asks us for the URL. We'll insert the same URL, archibasdemo.codico.io. And it asks us for the key for Google. We already generated it in the previous application, so we insert the exact same key here. I put test zeros. At this stage, everything is ready to launch the taxi driver, so we proceed. I'll pause. Compilation finished, and our application is launching. Here's our application successfully launched. Just like that, you can immediately compile into APK or bundle. Let's try compiling into a bundle. The compilation process is quite long, so I'll pause for now. Here's our bundle successfully compiled. It's located in the Build App Outputs Bundle Release folder. That is, we can from here. Up, Outputs, Bundle, Release. Here it is, our file. You can click, choose Open in Finder, and here it is, 53 megabytes. This file can already be uploaded directly to Google Play Market. On your page, which will have your unique identifier, your unique name. Accordingly, as in the previous API, you can change here, put your logo, put your texts. Everything exactly the same. Also, I would like to note that after installing Android Studio itself will ask to download SDK versions, as well as console tools. So, in this case, console tools can be taken as 34 or 35, but everything will be automatic there. It will just ask that for full functionality, you need to download command tools. They are here, but this can be done immediately after installing Android Studio.